And this section is on D365 Business Central, and again we have, as with the other products, a lot of development areas, investment areas in the last wave and this next wave around Copilot. Specifically, Copilot is now used for bank reconciliations, so to improve the bank reconciliation process, and it's available within that module. Also, analysing lists, so Copilot to help you analyse lists and sort out how you view and present your data, and that's available on most of the list pages. Also, sales line suggestions, which we'll come back to and look at in a moment in a bit more detail, and marketing tech suggestions. So this came out in the last wave release. So to be able to, based on some of the categories that you would have on an item, to be able to suggest marketing text based on those categorizations, those attributes, and that works with the Shopify connector as well. So when you create a new product in Business Central, you can use the attributes that you've given it to come up with a marketing text suggestion and publish that into the Shopify connector for the web, for your web shop. So that works together. Chat is something we're going to see more of over the next year within Business Central, which is a way of getting information out on BC using natural language, and also using Copilot around mapping e-documents, making e-documents more easy to map, should we say, using Copilot. In the sort of wider investment areas, what's coming in this next release in October, so improvements around the collection management, and I'm going to show you a role center which came out earlier this year that you may not have seen, called Accounts Receivable Administrator. Going to be improvements to that. There's going to be more optimizations around projects, used to be called jobs, projects module, and service optimizations. And there's going to be more integration between Dynamics 365 Field Service and Business Central. At the moment, that works around the project module, but there's going to be some changes and some improvements in that area as well, additional options. Generative AI in the middle, we talked about some of these using to better create orders from chat and page summaries. We talked about payment reconciliations and so on. More and more Copilot, in other words, to summarize, not a surprise. Going to see more Excel layouts, about another 30 or so Excel reports, standard Excel reports coming in the reporting section, and more Power BI apps. So Power BI is something that traditionally has been very much sort of left to a customer or a partner to create Power BI. There will be standard Power BI content available with Business Central as well, which would be very nice to see, very interesting when that comes out. And some general improvements around how interaction works with the Power Platform. More templates, more and more templates coming out every few months for using Power Automate to integrate your processes and automate your workflow between Business Central and other systems, as well as just within Business Central. So that's going to be a very nice thing to look at in more detail as well. Okay, just to talk about one of those, just a slide on one of those areas we talked about with Copilot. This is from a sales line now in Copilot, you can see in Business Central, and there's some choices really around how you create sales orders, so automating that sales order creation process, making it quicker, making it simpler. Things like create an order for a customer with based on some previous orders, or the last invoice, or the last order, or the last quote, but just to be able to use that text to then have the system go and select that last order and create lines for you from a bullet point list. So if somebody sends an email, I want these products with descriptions, you'll be able to paste that list in. Business Central Copilot will look to match the descriptions and create lines from that, and also turn an Excel attached file into an order. So you may have a product list to use, and you want your customers to select which ones they want, send an Excel list and import that, or perhaps that Excel list is created from an external system, but to be able to just paste that into an order, import that into an order, and then have Business Central create that order line for you. Again, time saving and automation, which is really what Copilot is all about in the context of an ERP system. lastly, just wanted to show you this. This is the what we call the accounts receivable administration page. So we have role centers within Business Central, and depending on what your user settings are, you will have access to a role center, potentially more than one. And this role center is really around everything around the process of administering accounts, following up money, looking at average collection days, balances, total outstanding, etc. Looking at all your documents, to be able to create reminders, follow-up information, and so on, all from within one place, and to be able to very quickly access that information that you need. So that's a nice new role center, not part of Power, but a nice additional feature within Business Central, which has come out this year. And that wraps it up for Business Central. Thank you.